Hey guys, Majin Sage of Darkness here. I'm bringing you another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle narrated. This time again against my friend's Ground's team. He likes to play this both competitively and for fun. Because Ground's his favourite team, so that's really good. And he's playing against my competitive team this time. Again with the dreaded Whimsicott, and once again, you guys are going to see how good this thing is. So, I lead off with my Ferrothorn, which is a standard opening play. I know it's got great defense, and it is also a steel type and a grass type, which resists ground, and obviously will do well against anything that he sends out. So he sends out his Hippowdon, sets up Stealth Rocks first of all, and the Sandstorm, the permanent Sandstorm. Again, my Ferrothorn resists Sandstorm, so that's good. We both set up a layer of Stealth Rocks. Then he goes for an Earthquake, I guess, just to see how much it will do. And because my Ferrothorn has max defense, it's not going to do that much. So I go for a Leech Seed. I chose the Leech Seed over the spikes on this thing because I find Leech Seed with leftovers is a lot more useful, and it helps when I want to switch. To give the person that I switch into some HP, which we'll see later on. So in comes Excadrill, which is one of my friend's sweepers, which you saw in the last video. Obviously I missed the Power Whip there, which was a little bit annoying, but never mind. I just wanted to see how much it would do. He goes for Drill Run and gets hit by my Iron Barbs, which is quite nice. As I set up Leech Seed again, which is obviously going to do, in the long run, it's a lot more useful. And once again, leftovers heals my Ferrothorn, and the Leech Seed gives me some well-deserved HP. Now I decide to switch out Ferrothorn, thinking that he'll go for another Drill Run, and I send in my Latios, who obviously gets hit by the spikes but avoids the Drill Run, so that's pretty much a free switch for me. And the reason why I knew that Latios would take some damage switching in from the Sandstorm and the Stealth Rocks, so the Leech Seed pretty much counters that and brings me up to near full HP. And what I didn't expect here was a Shadow Claw. No Excadrill that I've ever fought has had Shadow Claw, but that really hurt. And in this instance it did him well because my Latios went down to a quarter of its health. But a Choice Spec Surf took out Excadrill in one go, which was good for me. So because if it hadn't, another Shadow Claw would have killed off Latios, and the Sandstorm takes it down to the red health. In comes Crocodile, and I know that I'm going to get the crunch, or he's going to do the crunch because Earthquake won't hurt Latios. So I switch to my Excadrill, who will resist the crunch. But of course, because I didn't give him any defense EVs, it still did a fair whack of damage. So maybe that wasn't the best switch in. He goes for another crunch instead of an Earthquake. I'm not sure why, but he obviously thought that it did a significant amount of damage. But that is really good for me because my Excadrill was slower, and it allows me to get off the Rapid Spin to get rid of his Stealth Rocks. I decided to switch out Excadrill because I know he's just going to kill me with another crunch, and I sent in my Conkeldurr, who definitely resists the crunch and resists it much better than Excadrill did. And I know that Mach Punch, with the Flame Orb that I've got on my Conkeldurr, Mach Punch will do a lot of damage to Crocodile. But he obviously predicts my move and sends in Hippowdon again with good defences. He's quite bulky, Hippowdon. And I go for the Mach Punch, and it was a critical, which did matter I think, because I don't think it would have done anywhere near as much damage without critical. Obviously the Flame Orb damage takes some hurt as well on Conkeldurr. And he does a great move here and goes for the Protect. Protect meaning that my Drain Punch won't do as much, won't hit him at all, and obviously Sandstorm and my own Flame Orb is taking down my HP. I go for a risk here, but I have a prediction that Conkeldurr is faster because he has got good, well, mine's got good EVs and speed. and he is faster than Hippowdon, and the Drain Punch takes out Hippowdon and heals my Conqueror back into the green health, which is really good for me, because obviously he took a lot of damage last turn. Had he had another round of Protect and Burn and things, that probably would have meant the end for my Conqueror. So he goes in for his Claydol, and I know he's going to go for the Twisted Dimensions, the Trick Room. So I send in my Whimsicott. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of Whimsicott now, because I know that he's got 4 priority moves, so regardless of the Trick Room, Whimsicott's going to go first. Whimsicott's going to go first regardless. So Whimsicott goes for a substitute because I figured he was going to go for the Explosion. But he doesn't. He goes for Rapid Spin to take out my Stealth Rocks, which was a good move on his part. Obviously that doesn't break my substitute because it's a non-stab move. And Leftovers heals my Whimsicott. Now I'm going to go for a Leech Seed, which again is faster because of his Prankster ability, priority +1. He goes for an Earthquake, which isn't very effective. And still doesn't break my substitute, even without any Cotton Guard, so I can't ask for more than that. And Leftovers and Leech Seed are healing my Whimsicott very nicely. So I go for a Cotton Guard because I got nothing to lose. He's attacking me, I may as well pump up my defences. And because his team is ground type, it's mostly, if not all. Now he uses Explosion here. Now the only thing that I can think that he was thinking was he doesn't want to waste any more Trick Room turns, and he knew that that would break my substitute for sure. So he explodes his Claydol. What I don't think he realised was my Whimsicott's Prankster ability allows him to go first regardless of Trick Room. So anyway, he sends in his Crocodile, who's got Fire Fang, which we'll see now, which I guess he thought was a super effective move and might break my substitute in one go, but it doesn't because I've got Cotton Guard up. So I go for another Cotton Guard just to raise my defences even more. And that again, that breaks my substitute. So at the moment it's two Fire Fangs per substitute, which means it's still well worth setting up because I essentially get a free turn of Leech Seed and Leftovers, which is bad for his Crocodile but really good for me. So in comes the substitute, and Fire Fang hits it again, and Whimsicott is hit by the Sandstorm regardless of the substitute, so that's worth noting. I didn't actually know that, but you know, I'm fairly new to Pokemon battles anyway, so anyway, I Leech Seed his Crocodile just to get some more HP back, and he goes for another Fire Fang, which fades my substitute again. And this is where it just gets good. I mean, you could essentially repeat the same turn over and over again now, because that's all that happens is I just set up the substitutes and he goes for the Fire Fangs. I mean, this is just the power of Whimsicott. He has the ability to stall out. As long as he isn't taunted or walled by a grass type, he has the ability to pretty much stall any physical attacker that comes out. I just keep going for Leech Seed here because my other move is Taunt, which isn't going to do anything anyway. So it was just in case he switched. You know, I can't use Cotton Guard, it won't do any good, and there's no point in using Substitute because I already have one up. So I just kept using Leech Seed in case he switched, meaning that I could have gotten another Leech Seed off on the switched Pokemon. So I thought that was the best move to use. He's just using Fire Fang again. That's all he can do. I feel quite sorry for him actually. He got a critical hit there, but obviously it didn't matter because the sub was up. And that's why it's good to sub anyway, even though I probably could have walled Fire Fang quite nicely. Without the sub, if he gets a critical hit, it would have gone past all my cotton guards and probably fainted my Whimsicott. So having the sub up means that I'm protected from from Fire Fang critical hits. Anyway, he switches out to his Gliscor. And now, I thought he was going to use Taunt on me, because that is a standard Gliscor play. So I was just waiting to see what he did. So I used Leech Seed because I thought if he uses Taunt, I can get some free health and then switch off the following turn. But he used Double Team. I guess he thought he was just going to try and set up on my Whimsicott. You know, meaning if I can't hit him and he can't hit me. Obviously he's been hit by Leech Seed now. But if I, you know, I guess he wanted to set up Double Team. You know, it's better than just Fire Fanging with Crocodile, I guess. But this is where my last move comes in handy. I was thinking about having Toxic on him, but in this instance, Taunt just completely throws his Gliscor out of play, because Double Team won't work anymore, and Leech Seed takes his health, and in this instance, I mean, all he can do now is use Earthquake, which you'll see, which is not very effective, and does, you'll see the damage. Oh no, it's got Substitute up, so you won't see the damage. But essentially, it's 3 Earthquakes, I think, to break my Substitute, which gives me 2 free turns of Leech Seed and of Leftovers. So my Whimsicott's just going to go back up to full HP. I mean, he's nearly on that now. And I've nearly taken out 2 of his guys with this one. Whimsicott is just legendary. Absolutely legendary. So that's the second Earthquake, I think. Yep, and his Substitute is still there. So it's a +6 defense, bold nature, max EVs and defense, resisting Earthquake, stab from Gliscor. It takes 3. So his Taunt wears off, and I immediately go for Taunt again because I don't know what he's got. And he goes for Toxic here. I guess he thought, you know, Toxic, well, eventually that'll kill Whimsicott because it just keeps bulking up the damage, but I have my Substitute up, so you can't use Toxic on a Substitute, so, you know. And anyway, he runs away from me at that point because Toxic, I guess, was his last hope. So once again, for the second time in a row, Whimsicott makes somebody run away from a battle. This guy is just incredible. There's the rest of my team in case you wanted to see it. I was going to go for a Sand Rush Excadrill. No, sorry, Sand Force Excadrill. I don't think you got to see my Rotom Water in play either. But in general, that was the match. Good game. Sorry I was a bit annoying, but you know, that's the way it goes when you play against a big, fluffy cotton ball. Thanks, Majin Sage, signing out.